And then the very same day I found this Denby teapot. Let me show you at the bottom. Now my camera's just told me that it's finished recording, so it's probably going to be part 2 of the June bargain pickup. So sorry about that. It's so annoying that that cameras will only record for 28 minutes, and sometimes I set a kitchen timer if I'm recording, so I know that it's about to go. But it was lucky that I just saw a paragraph come up on screen telling me that it was finishing. But anyway, Denby teapot. Now all Denby teapots on their website, if they're not in a sale, seem to start at £65, which to me is an incredible amount of money for a teapot, but you can just feel the quality. And again, the same as the Kensington and Price, or Price and Kensington t-shirt. This one was black inside, but giving it a good clean out. As I say, totally submerged in bleach, so it gets through the spout as well, so the whole thing's clean. And that was £2. And then the same boot sale must have been Denby Day. I found a set of part of a set. These 3 Denby mugs, different stalls, not the same colour, not the same range. Lovely greeny colour on the outside and almost a greeny tinge on the inside. But 3 Denby mugs. Got the teapot was £2. The mugs I got 3 for £5, which I thought for Denby is probably. I don't normally buy or sell Denbys, but I know it is very saleable, so I thought, well, I'll try, see how we go with it. Now what I have sold before are Marks and Spencer stacking mugs. Now these came, only the 3, the 4th one is whatever, broken, and it didn't have the stand with it. But they are the Marks and Spencers. And these are lovely pastel colours. You've got the yellow, a beautiful green there, and a pink one. And the pink, in these little flowers at the top, the centre of the flower is white and it's a little raised, it's almost like braille on your cup. But these do sell very, very well. So when I saw them and she said £1, that was a complete no-brainer. So I got those. Then at different boot sales, Portobello by Inspire. And I love the shape of these cups or mugs. They just look like a really good winter warming kind of hot chocolate type cup. These are fine. These are bone china. With Portobello they seem to do bone china or fine bone china, and there is a difference, a slight difference in the colour, but this is from what I've read, not from what I've seen in real life. And Portobello do Portobello by Inspire and Portobello by Design. I don't know if they're different ranges or something, but the Portobello name comes from it. Their goods are inspired by Portobello Market in London, and it's the patterns, and it's all the patterns and the colours and the bohemian atmosphere that they're trying to capture in their designs. So they're designed in the UK, made in China. But China being the home of fine porcelain, you know, that's no bad thing if you ask me. Anyway, I picked up a pair of those at one boot sale for £1 each, and then another boot sale, a third one, again for £1. I normally pick these up for £1 each. And I've just sold a pair in a different pattern from these on global shipping. I think they've gone over to France. and the pair sold for £20. So, and I've seen single ones of these, not this pattern, for sale on Amazon for £45. So people can and do charge and pay a huge amount of money for mugs. So I think they're always worth picking up if I see them, or indeed if you see them. Then there was a 50p box, and I found this little honey jar. He's a little bear holding a jar of honey. On his hat he's got the bee's antenna. Neil and I keep saying, what's the name for those things that bees have on their head? Is it antenna, or I can't remember what they're called, the name's gone, but anyway, he's got those on his hat. And it just seemed such a cheerful little thing. It's in lovely condition. It's not a brilliant, there's no branding on it or anything, but for 50p, that's lovely. I actually saw one of these on Sunday in a much bigger size, but I thought, well, I've got one already, I don't need another one. So that one, 50p. Then at boot sales, I always have my eye out for Lladró, and this is kind of what I was saying about the glass cabinet, is while things are in my possession, I wanted them. I've got no kind of sides to put anything in my lounge. You know, I don't have any windowsills in my house. It's one of these 70s houses that didn't have any windowsills. Anyway, we took that window out and put in patio doors years ago. And the sideboard has now got the TV on it, so there's nowhere to put clutter. Well, we seem to manage clutter, but ornaments and display things. So having the glass cabinet means that I can put things in, they're out of the dog's way, they're safe, and they can live there. I'll enjoy them, I'll keep them for as long as I want. Maybe if we need to liquidate some cash at some point, then I'll list them and sell them on. But I found this. Now I recognise the piece from pictures, but I hadn't realised that it was this small. I had thought it was slightly bigger than this, but checked on the bottom anyway to make sure it was what I thought it was. And don't know if you can see there, it's got the Neo by Lladró stamp on the bottom there. And so having picked it up and looked at it, I said, how much would you like for your ornament? And the lady said £1. I thought, well, I'm not going to argue with that. £1 for genuine Lladró. It's just a really sweet little grouping of geese there. And so she said, well, you obviously know what it is. And I thought, well, for you to say that, you obviously know what it is. So the fact that you said £1, you're happy to sell it at that price. So I was more than happy to pay £1 for a piece of genuine Lladró. So I've got the geese there. Then when it had got to a point where I thought I might actually buy a piece of Lladró for myself, the only piece that I actually own to keep at the moment is a rabbit that I bought for my mum, probably 30 years ago. And when she passed away, I thought, no, I'm going to hang on to that. That's I remember it sitting on my mum and dad's mantelpiece for many years, so that's the only piece that I actually owned. But I thought, well, as I'm getting these pieces, maybe I'll buy one just for me with the intention of keeping it. So I found a beautiful piece on eBay, ordered it. For some reason there was a mix-up and the lady didn't post it when she should have done. It took forever to come, and then when it did arrive, we were actually filming a YouTube for Neil and Jan Resellers channel. So I opened it on video, so I've actually got proof it wasn't me that did it. And it was wrapped in a ton of bubble wrap with really tight parcel tape all around it. And I think the parcel tape had been on too tight and put too much stress on the neck, and the head had snapped off. I was heartbroken because it was a really lovely piece and a good price, but I contacted her and I said, you know, it's arrived damaged, so I'm going to need to ask for my money back. And she said, no problem, refunded me straight away. So I thought, well, rather than buy another one on eBay, and I couldn't find another one the same as that, I thought I'll go onto Marketplace, see if there's something locally so I can go and pick it up, know that it's all in one piece when I buy it. And then if anything happens after that, that's entirely down to me. And I found a piece for £8. And the lady wasn't too far away from me. It's a little girl playing with the puppy. The one that had arrived broken was a lady holding two puppies. It was adorable. But anyway, that was £8. But after I was making the arrangements to go and pick it up, I actually noticed that she'd got a second one on, and I said, well, if you've still got the other one, I'll take that one as well, because both of these together was £16. The one that was broken was 18, including postage. So actually slightly better off getting the small ones. And she had got the second one, so I said, right, I'll take both of them. Again, Nao by Adro, and it's a little girl holding a doll and a little doll's pram at the side. So they will live happily in my glass cabinet, and we can all admire and love them. Of course, the other thing about a glass cabinet is it does help to keep the dust off them, because sometimes you pick them up at boot sales and they are filthy, where people have been, I suppose, too scared to really pick them up. Then this one had been the lady who was selling the mugs from her mum. And this one, again, I don't know which way up it is for you, Nao by Adro. A lady feeding a goose. And the reason I thought maybe I would keep it is, you know, Yadro pieces are often designed to go together in groupings, and I thought, well, they would go beautifully together. And I've also got another goose that I think I showed you last month. And when I'd gone around the first time and bought the flower fairies, they were asking £15 each. They had 3 figurines. There were 2 Yadro, and there was one that was, I can't remember what the other one was, but it didn't look even as though it wasn't something, yeah, no, that's what it is. It wasn't Yadro, but they still wanted £15 for it. And for non-Yadro, but in the Valencia style, I'm happy to pay a couple of pounds for, but I'm not going to go up to £15 or whatever. So originally I'd picked up the flower fairies and the other Yadro that I'll show you in a second. When I went back later, took those, or Neil took those to the car for me, then went back and I picked up the Westies mugs and offered £10 for this one, which they took straight away. There was no big haggling. I just said, will you take 10 for it? And they said yes. So I got that one for 10. And this one, when I'd first got there, is what attracted me to the stall. This was stood at the back of the table. They had a whole lot of Dalton type figurines in front of it. But this one is such a lovely piece. I don't know how much of it you can see like that. This one has the Yadro marking on. Now, if you see the blue Yadro, they tend to be the better pieces, better than the Nao. Nao is also part of Yadro and the same company, but these the blue stamp on the bottom does tend to be the better pieces. So this one was for £15. I was more than happy to pay that figure for it. That one is called Puppy Love. A young boy and girl. He's carrying his book. She's got an ice cream. It's just a lovely little and then flowers. I don't know if you can see that. There's flowers at the back. Oh, it's a flower pot with a plant growing in it. So I now have a collection for the top shelf of my china cabinet. And I will add to it as and when I go to boot sales and I find reasonably priced Lladró. There was one, I suppose it was a month or so back now, where the chap had wanted £40 for it. Eventually he said, I'll let you have it for 30, but that was still more than I wanted to pay because it was an incredibly intricate piece. It had lots of little flowers and little bits that would easily break off, and I thought at that time I wasn't collecting for myself, and I thought posting that will be a nightmare because those are the little bits that will break off. So I turned that down, which in hindsight, and hindsight's always 20/20 vision, that might have been a mistake because they resell at around about 120, that particular one. So there would have been a profit in it if I could have got it there safely. But it's getting it there safely, isn't it? You know, I had, if you remember the British Bulldog cookie jar that I had, I think that was May. I bought it for £1 or £2, haven't paid a lot for it, but it sold on eBay. Posted it out, and then I got a message back saying that it arrived broken, and I thought, I just don't understand how that happened, because when I pack things I wrap them carefully and then I double box them and wedge them into the box with packing so that it can't. My test once it's all wrapped up is always to pick it up and give the box a good shake, because if you can't hear any movement inside that box, I figure then that item is pretty secure within its wrapping and nothing should happen to it. But this bulldog that I'd sent out, he sent me a photo of it, and the whole of the bulldog was sitting down. I don't know if I can describe it to you. If I show you on here, if you imagine it sitting down, the whole of that part of the bottom had come off all in one piece, and to me it looked as though possibly he'd opened it and dropped it. I have no idea if that's what happened. I can't imagine how it broke in the post otherwise, but what can you do? So he was quite nice about it. He just said it arrived broken, please advise. So I just immediately refunded the whole money, and so I've with that one I think I put it down to there wasn't on the refund thing on eBay, I didn't see anything that said item arrived broken or faulty. It was either not as listed, and I thought no, it wasn't. I posted it out exactly as it was when I listed it, so I don't want to tick that one. So in the end I just ticked customer changed their mind, and then I've got a feeling that when you do that one you don't get charged the eBay fees, because I know one of them, if you do the wrong thing then you still get charged fees on the sale. And because I'd already lost the money from buying the item originally, I didn't want to lose the money on the sale. So like I say, I'm only a hobbyist. I don't know all the intricacies of eBay, and you know, people who do it more seriously than I do know a lot more about it. But I just kind of bungle through life as best I can. You know, like I say, I do have this massive brain injury, so in fact half of this hemisphere is completely gone. It's just literally empty space. So things take me a little bit longer to learn, a little bit harder to do things, but I don't know why I do the best that I can, and you know, I function as well as I can, and frankly much better than either I or my family or the doctors ever expected me to. So I just live my best life and I enjoy myself, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? And I'm seeing myself in the screen on my camera, and when I see myself on screen, because I don't normally look in the mirror, as you can tell, that's when I notice that my face is dropped on one side and looks wrong. So ignore that bit. Just ugly old bat, and ignore that bit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing some of the pieces that I picked up, and I look forward to seeing you with July's haul and any other videos I do in the meantime. As I say, I'm going to be doing some freezer batch cooking, so I might film that. And although with cooking, because I'm also very limited on energy, it can take me 3 or 4 days to actually assemble a meal, because I have to think about what I'm going to do, get the things that I need for it at the shops or whatever on day one. Then the second day of prep is all the veg chopping and literally all the preparation for it. And then the final day is assembling and cooking it. But the problems that I have is within the kitchen, I cut myself a lot, and because I don't have proper feeling in my left hand, I touch things that I shouldn't, and I burn myself a lot. So bit of a disaster movie if I do make it. But anyway, we'll see. But as I say, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit the bell, and then you'll be notified of anything that I do upload. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Drop a comment down below. Alright, lots of love. Take care. Bye.